Hi there! Okay, so I wanted to make this video a long time ago, but as usual with me, it just didn't happen. Good Friday is tomorrow, which means it's Easter weekend already, and so this is rather late and everything, but I decided that I would do as much of it as I can today anyway. So, to start with, what I want to do is show how I made this page, these eggs, because I had a lot of interest when I shared it on my Facebook. And so I'm going to show you how I made these. I used my Neocolor 2s. I used my purple and my white. So I'm just going to do a quick sample one here. So, okay, so sorry. Okay, so basically when I did this page, I was silly and forgot to put something to protect this page when I did my deep grooves in here. So I put some of the purple down and then some of the white over top of it, going in the other direction, but I don't think that really matters too much. And this could prove to be a very long video. And then I clean off the end so that next time I want to use the white, it doesn't end up being purple. It's good enough. I smoothed it out with a baby wipe. Now, I don't know how well it'll pick it up on the camera, but because when I took the photo of the other page, it was really hard to take a photo because there was the glare and stuff, I guess. I don't really know what the problem was, but I was having some issues, so I had to take the photo over and over again. Then I let that dry. Okay, so then I used my rubber stamp to make myself, I carved this. And that's another thing that people have been asking me about is what material I use. I don't remember what it's called. I just get it from the store and it looks like this. This is a piece that I've cut. It comes, hold on. It comes in different sizes, but this is the shape, the size that I usually get, and then I usually carve this side because this side is a bit rougher. It's kind of like oilcloth, only thicker. Anyway, I can never remember what it's called, and it just comes just like this. It doesn't have packaging or anything. So yeah, lino something or other maybe, or anyway, I'm not sure, but this is what I use to carve myself my own stamps. And this is the tool. And maybe in another video I'll show myself when carving a stamp. Just so you'll see. But yeah, this is my tool. In here there are different sizes of the blade. And so yeah. I used my stamp. I stamped it on a piece of cardstock, and then I cut it out. I used my X-Acto knife to cut it out, and then I covered it with clear packing tape, and then I cut the hole again from the packing tape, and then I thought this looked kind of neat, so I kept it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I'll do something with it. Maybe use it as a mask or something. After you have that, you have the thing, and then you can have an egg to use for something else. Anyway, so then I placed it in my new big pot of golden black gesso. Now it doesn't have to be golden, but I do like the golden because it's smooth. It's not rough like the Liquitex gesso is. So then I just simply used my brush and I didn't want to waste any, so I used what's on the seal cover thingy. And I just used my stencil and my brush to paint the gesso on. Trying to hold it down so that I don't get too far off the egg shape. But yesterday see, it's not a perfect image, but that's okay, because I later discovered that I can scrape some of that off if I want to, but I can also just kind of make a better. But you could just kind of use a different brush and try to fix the shape a little. I'm just being lazy and not getting a different brush. See if I can do it without making it worse. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to do one more egg because I want to show you something else. Okay, I'm going to do one more here. I'm not going to bother to do the background for this one. I love stencils, but I am not very experienced at using them, so I don't really know how to prevent that stuff from happening over there. And it's possibly it's also because I didn't cut it well, so that it makes that happen too. Anyway, so this, of course, you're going to want to let this dry completely. When I did it before, I had let it dry overnight before and I just moved my stencil. That's not good. That should do. That's good enough. Okay. I'm going to wash my brush because I don't want that to dry in there. And I will be back. Okay, so gesso dries pretty fast. But I hit it with the heat gun again just to make sure, because I don't want to hurt my gel pens. Okay, I'm satisfied that that's dry enough. Now, what I discovered yesterday is that if I use the flatter side of my craft knife, I can scrape away unwanted. Okay, hopefully that's good enough. Okay, so here, this area here, I want that off, so I can just scrape it. Now, it does scrape your paper too, of course, but in this application, it's okay. And the rest of it I'm going to leave because it's okay because of what I'm going to do when I come to do the shadow. Now I'm going to zoom out again because I'm working on this one too. Okay, that's good enough for me. It's not perfect, of course, but there you go. I used my metallic jelly roll, Sakura jelly roll pens. I love my Sakura jelly rolls. I cannot seem to find the white one to replace it with. It looks like there's a lot of ink in there, but there isn't. It's running out. I'm sad about that. Now, Franklin got me this one to replace it, a Uniball Signo, because we can't find the other one. And it works good, but it's not this one. And I really love this pen and I miss it. So yeah. Anyway, okay, so then I just used my pens and doodled on the egg. let's see. I'll choose this one to start, and I'll just do a simple doodle. Let me see. My favorite one that I did, which is weird because was the one where I did was this one right there. Which is weird because I usually don't really like square shapes as much as like I like rounds, circulars and stuff. Anyway, so I did that one. I will alternate the different colors. Anyway, I don't think I'll probably fast forward. So, one tip though, like, in order to help the illusion that the egg is, you know, egg is egg, it's 3D or whatever, in order to help with that illusion so that you don't have just a flat egg, like a sticker. If you make... yeah, I went the wrong way there, but anyway. If you make it smaller towards the end, and if you kind of curve your pattern, I didn't really do that on most of these eggs. I didn't really do it, but it occurred to me while I was doing the shadowing that it would have added to the illusion if I had done it. So yeah, if you I keep making it the wrong way around. Oh well, might as well finish it up that way too. So it's a little bit curved there. Yeah, I did it again. Oh well. This is a misfit egg, I guess. Must be something about doing a YouTube video that makes you mess up on... It just makes you mess up. But anyway. Okay, and... what else am I going to do with this one? Maybe I'll do... some silver dots. So it's a little bit like Zen doodling or Zentangling or whatever, and kind of fun. I enjoy decorating eggs. Okay, one more color, maybe a blue, and maybe I'll do kind of like a burst or a flower or something. Strange color for that, but it's okay. So yeah, whatever design you want to make. And you just go for it. Maybe I'll put a yellow. Or I guess it's gold, but I call it yellow so that I like it better. And maybe a little bit of a curly Q here and there. Okay, so I mean you can get really detailed or just do it very simply. Just do whatever you want. I don't know if you could actually see any of that happening. Having similar lighting issues as I was having the other day. So yeah, just another design here. Maybe I'll just do some quick circles. And just fill it with circles maybe. Okay, so like I'm not... Yesterday when I was decorating these, I like really was careful what I was doing, and I was trying to keep the pattern good, and everything. But right now I'm just doing really quickly, so because I just want to show you. And I mean, you can do whatever you like, whatever pattern you like, and take as much time as you want, and you know, do a better job. But I'll warn you, once you start, it's hard to stop. Like you say, oh, okay, I'll just do that, and then while you're doing that, you come up with another thing. You think, oh, maybe I should do that, and it's hard to stop. So I'll just speckle this, and then I'll call it done for this one. I'll try to anyway. Like I said, it's hard to stop. So I mean, I could cover this with all kinds of color. And stuff. Okay. Okay, stop. It's good enough for now. It's just for this demo. Okay, now you want to let them dry so that they don't smudge too much. It's close enough. I probably should leave it a couple more seconds or so, but on the other page of eggs, I had used this Derwent Color Soft black. Now, to me, this doesn't actually come out black. This is more of a, well, okay, on there it is kind of black. Anyway, I guess it's true to its name though. Like, it actually is soft color. Like it's hard to get it to actually be black. Like it's more like a dark gray to me or something. And anyway, so what I did is close up. Okay, I used this thing, and see, I had gotten just like 2 or 3 colors of this kind of pencil, just to see if I would like them. And it's a good thing that I did it that way, because it turns out I don't like them. But like once in a while I try to use them because I have them, and just to see, like, in different applications if I like them better. Okay, so you can already probably, well, you can in person. I don't know if you can on video, but you can already see the egg starting to have some dimension there. I chose one side to have wider shadow, and the other side has a little bit of shadow, but not as much. It's just like very thin on this side. Okay, so this side is a wider of this. Okay, and then this one, because it's standing up, the shadow is this kind of shape. Okay, and then it's darker right at the edge, and I can hear Dee Dee telling me now, don't do it that way, don't press hard, do many layers. And she's right, I'm sure. Anyway, I'm just showing you how I did it on that other page. Then I used a whatever you call these things. I had it, but I hadn't been using it because I didn't really understand it. I didn't really know how it worked. The last few weeks I've actually been using it a lot, and it turns out it's pretty cool. So yeah, I just kind of smudge my shadow area, and there you go. Okay, and then after I did that, I went in again closer to the egg to darken it some more. And then I wasn't happy with it. So I came in with my black Prismacolor pencil and just basically went over what I had just done. So I just did it a bit darker over the same shadow area that I had already done. And this makes me happier. This works better, in my opinion. But maybe the combo of the two different types of pencils, maybe it made it even better. I don't know. Okay, and then I shadowed it again. Now, on the camera, it's probably not showing up very well. Like, you probably can't really tell the difference. But I can, and so there you go. And then I want to show you, on this egg, I want to show you the shadow because the shadow is slightly different, but similar. You apply it basically the same way, but it's shaped differently and stuff. I'll do it the same way just because I'll start with the color soft. So the egg, when it's in that way, okay, and then to make it look like it's popping off the page, okay, so that's where the egg is. Okay, so it's, and then, okay, and then you fill that in darker right next to the egg, right along its contour, and then just softly around that, and then thicker around this area here, shading it this way, and maybe a little bit there, and fixing some of the areas while you're at it, to make it more egg-shaped. Okay, so it's, so, and no shadow up here. Okay, and then smudge that. Go over it again, right at the edge there. Decide you're not happy and then, then go again. Maybe not quite so thick with this, with the Prismacolor, which is darker for the shadow, and so that makes it gradually, it just adds to the effect, in my opinion. And darker in there. Smudge a little bit again in here, but not that. Okay, so there you go. So that's how I made those eggs on the other page. While I'm at it, making some eggs here, I'm going to show you another thing that I really enjoy doing. Here, I'll just use the stamp to make it faster and easier. Doesn't really matter what color ink I use. I'll just use my, okay, I'm gonna use this. It's probably easier to do it this way. Ink it up like that. Now my black StazOn ink pad is it's nearly dry, so we'll see if I get enough of an impression. Oh good, yeah, that's good enough. I think I might have shown this before on a different video, but just in case I haven't yet, I want to show you something. Now this is a Pilot pen that Franklin had. This used to be his favorite pen. I don't know if he still enjoys these pens or not. It's a Pilot G-Tech C4, but I don't think the pen type matters. I just really like this one because it's such a it's just a very small nib. Now this pen is like very dry. There's no chance of any ink coming out anymore, which is awesome for this. So basically, and I'm sure it's not going to show up on the camera, but I'm still going to try to show. Okay, so you might actually be able to see this line going through here from this page. So yeah, anyway, basically you just doodle or do your design, whatever you want to do, and you want to press pretty hard. The harder you press, the better your results will be. And you just go ahead and doodle, do whatever you want to do. Do as much of it as you like. And cover your whole egg or your whole It would be neat to do this on like a whole page. I might do that someday. It would take a while. But anyway, like I said on the camera, you probably can't really see what I'm doing. Kind of. You can kind of see. But you know, when you're doing it up close and personal, you can see what you're doing and where you've been. You don't necessarily go over it again, mess it up or whatever. So anyway, I'm just gonna continue on with this. Okay, I'm gonna say that's good for the demonstration. And then, whatever color of Prismacolors you like, go ahead and use that. But a tip, the darker your color, the better your result will be. It just shows up better. So I'm going to use just Tuscan red in my Prismacolor and some black. I think I'll do the red first. And I hope that the camera will pick up the magic. It's fun to watch this happen. So, can you see it? Not good enough, really. Well, maybe you can. I just love it. It's like a resist type of thing, sort of. It's so cool. Maybe I'll choose another color. I'll choose a lighter color for here just to show you the difference, like how it still shows up but not quite as well. See? I kind of like that egg. Okay, and then you could shade it like I showed you over here, and I'm not going to do that because I already showed you that part, but yeah. So hope you enjoyed that tip. I just think it's really neat and fun to do that. So the other day I was watching a YouTube video. Actually, I was watching quite a few of them. And if I can find it, and I hope I can, I will put a link to the video that I watched, because she did it very differently than I'm about to, and hers were so adorable and just great. The main reason why I'm doing mine so differently is that I don't have the feathers that she used, and I want to do mine a little bit differently. Okay, so this is my starting point, and I'm going to show you something here. So yeah, there. You can kind of see that there's texture. It's not really just a flat application. So for this project, I usually don't really like the Liquitex Basics because it's so runny, but for this application it works great. For this project I found that it works good. And I mean, I have it, I might as well use it. Right, I don't want to do that yet because I don't want it to dry out on me. She cut her tube in half and then painted her tube. But I was thinking, okay. Oh right, and she cut another strip off her tube after she had cut it in half and used the strip later on. You'll see in the video. I'll make sure that I find it and I'll link it. I'll put it in the information box below. But what I wanted to do now is I want to see what happens if I make a shape of a head, sort of, and then cut the rest away. So I made myself a quick guideline with my pencil, and then I cut it out. And it's a little bit tricky to get the scissors to go around and do what you want them to do and everything, but if you have the smaller scissors, it's helpful. Then you can kind of trim off the rough edge, make it a little less rough if you can. Okay, and then I painted the tube inside and out. Now the inside of the tube I just did just so that there was color. I didn't bother to do the texture thing. And I did 2 coats like I'm about to show you. So basically I put a blob and I kind of messily pounced and so that there's texture. Okay, and I did 2 coats like this, inside and out. Let it dry between coats, but I'm not going to do this whole thing. I just wanted to show you how I got the texture, so I just kind of did like that, okay? So you can see when it dries, it'll be more like this one. Okay, now I'm going to go wash my brush because I don't want the paint to get stuck in here, but I'm going to put some of it on my paper here so that I don't waste it all, because I will use this scrap paper in a junk journal someday if I ever get around to making that. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute. Right, I forgot. I can't put this away yet because I need to make the wings. Like I said, see, I don't have any of the neat feathers that she had, but basically she poked a hole on both sides and then she put a feather in. Now I have natural feathers, real feathers that, you know, that I found on the ground, but I don't have enough for my project. Anyway, so she put feathers here and here, and one here on the top of his head, and it was adorable. But her tube looked like this, so it was just a, you know, a rectangle type of thing, and it was a little bit shorter because she had the strip cut off. Anyway, and she put the nice fluffy feathers. It's just so adorable. Anyway, like I just said a few million times, I don't have those feathers, so what I'm going to do is cut a different piece, a piece of my tube to look like feathers. Now, let's see. Maybe I will use the seam here to cut that and then shape it. So I'll give myself a guideline. And maybe cut both at once. which is probably a bad idea, but I'm going to do it anyway. Now, if I wanted to get even fancier, I could make another little piece to go over top, and I might do that. But, so there's the general idea. Okay, if you're gonna cut both at once, you wanna, okay, yeah, there we go. You wanna make sure that one of them will bend the other way. I'm gonna paint those, but I think I will make the extra little piece that I was telling you about, just to make it even nicer. Okay, so my shape, rough guideline shape. I hope my paint isn't drying inside my brush there, because I should have put this in water. Okay, so just for a guideline, so I know what I want it to look like. So there. Okay, and then I'll just cut one at a time this time. Okay, so I have another little piece, and I'm going to cut another one. Maybe I'll do a guideline like this. I'm going to save this piece because I'm going to use it in a minute. I'm going to erase my pencil marks on each piece. Okay, now I'm going to paint each piece in a similar way that I did the... Okay, so I need one... and one like that. Okay, so you need to go that way, and you need to go that way. Okay, just talking to myself, don't mind me. Okay. This is, yeah, it started to, but I think it's okay. This is not a good brush, so it wouldn't be like a huge deal, but I still, you know, I still don't want to ruin my brush completely, even though it's not a good expensive one. It's probably a dollar store one, in fact, but anyway, so this first coat, I'm just doing regular brush strokes, just putting some coverage down. And just in case, I'm going to do the other side too. Probably won't see it, but you never know. Especially on those bigger pieces. This Liquitex Basics is so messy. It does dry fast though, so for something like this it's good. Okay, now, while that dries a little bit before I put the next coat on, I'm going to make myself a beak. I'm just going to cut a sort of a teardrop shape. Sorry, that's the answering machine. And they hardly ever do leave a message. Okay, so I did 2 teardrop shapes. So they will go on top of each other like that. I will glue that in place later. I think I'll just use markers for this. I'll do the inside darker, so this is... maybe that's a little too dark. But we'll do it anyway. This is just a Sharpie. And I'll do the outside a little bit lighter. And, oh, I guess I should do the sides too. The edges. Do it with the lighter color. Okay, that's good enough. And then put two little nostril holes on the top there. That almost looks like a head with his little eyes there. But anyway, okay, so there we go. Now this is good enough. It's not fully dry, but it's close enough to do the next coat. And this time I will do the more textured version. I'm still trying to go in the direction that the feathers are going. Okay. On the back, I'm not going to worry about it as much for the texture, but I'll try to put just a little bit. Okay, and leave that to dry. It would be a smarter idea to let one side dry and then do the outside, but and the next side, but I want to get through this demo. So hopefully it won't stick to the paper too badly and cause me trouble. Maybe I need just a little bit more. The thicker your blob of paint, the better your texture will be. Okay. Now I'm going to go wash my brush because I don't want that to... Try to get as much of the excess off of it on here so that I can use that in something else. Okay, be back. Okay, now she had just drawn adorable little feet and eyes, and her beak, she drew it on. I think she used a marker. I can't remember what she used, but anyway, she just drew it on. But I thought that it might be fun to try and make little feet out of this wire I have. It's orange wire. It's artist's wire. And I'm just going to see what I can do here. This might fail, but I thought I'd give it a try just the same. Oh, wrong tool. I need this guy because I need to cut it. Okay, now I can use that other tool. Maybe. I'm new to wire art, but I'm really interested in it, and I just want to make critters and things with it. Okay, so I'm just trying to make little feet. I think that'll be good for one of them. And then it should be long enough. I wonder if I want to... Yeah, maybe I can do it that way. Okay, so I'm going to do another one here. Okay, as you can tell, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just having fun. And really, when you're doing creative stuff, that's what matters. If you're having fun and you're learning as you go, and anyway, yeah, that's the fun part. Now, oh my gosh, look. Look. So I'm sorry, I just find that pretty adorable. So I could make him, I could make him sit or stand, and I might be able to make this double as a hanger like thing in case I wanted to put it on the wall or make a something. Maybe I can do it this way and hide it with the, no. Okay, so what I should have done is made holes on either side before making the feet. And I don't really want to cut it. I'm just going to tape it in place for now until I figure out a better solution. This is just Scotch clear tape. It should come undone without harming anything when I get there. Okay, that was an unnecessarily big piece. There. Okay. So I wonder if I put it at the right place, if I'm able to make him stand up. Well, okay, for now, I'll just leave him do that. Now, while I was making the pieces for the wing and everything, I should have made his little tail that I want to make, but I forgot to do that. So I'm going to do that now. How am I going to do his tail? Maybe I'll just... do a couple of pieces on top of each other like that. And if I were going to be consistent, I really should make it with the paint again, but I think I'm going to be lazy about it and just use a marker this time. Yeah, no, I'm not, because it's not going to work. It's too different. Too different. Okay, so I'll do that and I'll be back. Just wanted to show you, I came up with an easier way to make the beak. So I folded the other part of the tube in in half and then use the corner to make like a triangle. So then I have a beak shape. And this one even has a tongue in it. So that's kind of neat. Okay, and then then I can just kind of trim it so that it has a better shape and it's not quite so big. And this way will be easier to glue it on because there's a thing there on the edge. It's cool that it has a tongue. Okay, so I'm gonna go make some pieces for, I have like 3. I'm gonna go make some pieces and then I'll be back. Okay, so the tail I'm gonna do similar to how I made the beaks. So a small piece folded in half and kind of cut the corners a little bit so that it's on a diagonal, and then kind of wavy cut, and then kind of fringy a little bit, and then fold it, kind of bend it. Okay, and then I will paint that. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I had a problem with my paint tube. It exploded basically. It burst open, and anyway, the mess wasn't too big because most of it had dried up inside and stuff. So on the back side of these pieces, I just did a quick Sharpie marker. But I'm having an issue with my Sharpie markers too. But I decided that as long as it's not the toilet paper color, then it'll be fine, especially for the back that's probably not going to be seen, or not much of it will be anyway. And so now I'm just going around with my light umber Prismacolor pencil in a pencil extender because it's too short. Anyway, and I'm just kind of adding a little bit more detail to the wing parts. Now, I have more expensive, more paint that I'm kind of spoiled by Winsor & Newton that I could use, but it's not the same color yellow, and I decided that this was faster. For the beaks, I used my Sharpie to make a quick tongue with a pink color inside and put the 2 nostril things with a normal pen. So I have the pieces here. Now, I discovered that I am able to make this guy stand up. Sometimes you need to play with it a little bit, but he will stand up. So that's kind of neat. So I'm going to start assembling. So I'm going to put the wing pieces together. Doesn't need a lot, but the glue can work as a sort of a pop dot like thing too if you put it thickly enough. And I have an issue with a lot of strings. The stringing is really bad with my glue gun. And as you can see, it causes a few problems because it catches on other stuff and things. So anyway, okay, so I will clean those up later. I'm gonna unplug it because I don't want to waste it. I'm going to get some of these little eye things. They may be too big, but we'll see. I'll do one of them with this. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna do that with a different kind of glue, so I'll do that after. Right now, while the glue is hot, I'm gonna attach the pieces that I have ready. Wow, that was a big blob. I didn't intend to make it that big. Might be easier to put the tail on before the other wing. The glue gun kind of sticks, so maybe I can use some of that extra glue for his beak. It dries clear. I mean, it'll be obvious that there's glue there, but I'm going to say that's good enough for now, because I can't really do much about that. Okay, so this is what we have so far. So we have a wing, a tail, which I obviously put at the wrong place, and another wing, and a beak, and some feet. The feet can also double as a handle on this guy. I'll do his eyes soon. Now for this guy's wings and such. Okay. I'll do his eyes after also. But this guy is sitting. Turning out better than I thought they might after I was having all kinds of troubles. Put it kind of far, but oh well. Too late now, unless I want to ruin it. Now if I ever do get some feathers, I will make them the way she did. I'll make more, and I'll make them the way she did, because they were so adorable. This one's beak is very big. Okay. And this one has longer legs, but he's sitting also. Okay, all that's left now, of course, is the eyes. And to get rid of this web of... I keep thinking that this looks kind of like spider web, and that I could do something with that around Halloween or something, but there's never a shortage of it, so I don't need to save it. I can easily make some if I need some. It's all over me too. I'm gonna put the glue gun away. See how it looks with a couple of these googly eyes. And depending on how that goes on one of them, let's see which one. Let's try this guy. Okay, now for this I'm going to use glossy accents because I have a more precision applicator. Okay, yes, I like that. I think all of them going to get some of these eyes. Since this one's already kind of wonky, His eye's going to be a little bit wonky too, I think. Okay. Those strings make me crazy. From the glue gun still. I think this guy might be my favorite one. Oh shoot. I didn't have other eyes ready. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Okay. I think I have a little bit more working time with the glossy accents. The glue gun, it gets cold and dry very fast. So that's why I kind of rush with it when I use it. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's pretty good, I would say. So, basically the thought is, if you see a YouTube video or you see something, you're inspired by someone or something, and you don't have the materials they're using, you can figure it out. You can make adjustments, and you can improvise is the word I was looking for. Yeah, you can improvise and make it your own version. Looking at them now, like how straight their bottom is, if I had been thinking, I probably would have made their bottoms kind of jaggy, kind of more like that. But that's okay. Right, and clean the top off a little bit of my glue, put it away, and I will show you photos of them when I edit the video, but there they are. Okay, I don't really like that they're hollow like that. So I took some cotton from my vitamin bottle and some mesh from onions and just kind of put it on top and just kind of stuffed it in there. And I think that looks a little better. And I didn't, like, I'm not going to glue that in so that it can be removed if I change my mind or whatever.
Please record a message after the tone.
I wish they would stop calling us. Especially if they're not going to leave us a message. This guy, I'm going to stuff it from the bottom. Oh, and that's neat because it'll help to make the feet more tough. Now, also with this guy, the one that was able to stand on his own, the weight of his wings and his tail make it so it's really hard. Oh. He just made me a liar. So yeah, he's standing on his own now. Okay, so now we're gonna have some lighting issues. But this is the other thing that I wanted to work on. I don't remember where the inspiration came from. If I can find it, I will put a link to this too. I think it was a YouTube video, but I'm not sure. Anyway, that's kind of a neat looking thing. Ooh, I see a bird in there. Okay, I need to take a picture. I'm just going to maybe... Oh, okay, I have a seam here, so I'm going to use that. Will a pencil show up at all? Yes, good enough. So this is my handle, and I'm going to make it nice and long because I think that's neat looking. Okay, so I'll go with the seam about that long, and the same thing on the other side. Okay, maybe I need to use this so that I can see what I'm doing better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and then I can turn it over and kind of use what I have there to guide me a little bit. Not sure how tall to make it. Probably there-ish. Haha. Knocking everything down is not part of the plan, but, you know, it happens. I'm gonna... Ooh, there's a neat star inside there. You probably can't see it because of the lighting situation. Anyway, there's a neat star inside the cap. I'm going to keep this because I'm like that and I can't throw anything out. Not sure what I'm going to do with it, but... Okay, I'm also going to keep those big pieces because I can make wings or something with that. So yeah, I'm going to keep that as well. There's my basic basket. Simple enough. I'm going to staple that together because I plan to put a bow and stuff on there anyway, so it's going to be hidden. Yeah. Okay. Try that again. Oh, maybe it's not able to go through 2 things of plastic. Oh, that's better. Okay, and just to be on the safe side, I'm going to also tape it. Just with Scotch tape. Like I said, that's going to be hidden, so there you go. Okay, I like it already. Now, what she filled it with was the Easter grass that you buy at the store, you know, the purple and pink and yellow and whatever color you want. I don't have that. So what I'm going to do instead is use some shredded paper. I'm going to find, actually I have it right here, I believe. I'm going to use a piece of this lavender or light purple, whatever color this is, and shred it. And I'm going to find a few other colors to shred along with it as well, and I'll be back once I have the shreds. I forgot that I also had this pink mesh. I don't remember what this was from, some kind of produce. The pink one is rare. Anyway, I was thinking that I would put it on because it might look neat also. And we'll see. May have some trouble getting it on because it's catching on different stuff. Okay, and then I'll cut the excess so that I can use it on something else. I think I'm not going to put it on the handle because it'll be too hard. Okay, so I have a nice big piece left over for another project, and I'm going to glue that knobbly thing in place. I was about to trim it while the glue gun heats up, but I've decided to wait and do it once it's on because I'm not sure how that's going to skew itself. Hopefully I can get this on there without burning myself and stuff. Looks like it's going to take a while for that to heat up. And so I found a couple of other colors to use for shredding. Yeah. Yarg. Yeah, I just burnt myself. But I don't think it's too severe. There we go, got it on there. See, I put my finger right in it. Just a sec. Can you see better now? Not really. I glued my finger. I think I'm okay though. Okay. I think I like it, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that if I decide I don't like it that I can pull that off, but I'm going to leave it on for now. Okay, so I've got some shreds here. I thought I remembered that it made longer pieces, but anyway, I think that'll work. And I think it made a good amount. Okay, So some of these, oh, or maybe some of those that I had made from bottle caps. Or maybe some of that. Okay, I don't really have good colors for Easter other than that purple one. Oh, I have more purples right there. Okay, good. I think I'll use those. Those were in the $1.50 bin at Michael's. Yeah, I'll save those bottle caps for another time. Another project. Perhaps something along those lines. Fire up the glue gun again. Okay, that should be enough. Just gotta figure out how to arrange them. I'm not very good at that sort of thing. Just kind of do it, I guess. Probably should have used glossy accents for that part because glob of glue will show, but anyway, I think I'm happy with that. Now I believe something in here. A friend of mine gave me a bag of these little bits of material that she had left over from her quilting. That's kind of appropriate. Here we go, that's a good piece. Oh wow, it's big. Okay, cut half of it. Okay, I think I'll use those two. I like that it's really long like that, so I'm going to leave it long. Make a small bow, which I'm not very good at making pretty bows, but actually. Okay, so the batteries ran out, so I had to replace them. I think actually that because I like the way it drags the length of it, I'm going to leave that one just like that. I like that it's a neat coincidence how well it matches with the flower colors. Okay, and this one might make a good bow. That kind there that you just kind of pinch like that. Trying to decide if I want it on top like that or more like this or maybe like that. So what I'm doing here is that I tucked these two short pieces of the pink ribbon under the purple long ribbon, and now I'm tying a knot so that it doesn't slip under as easily again. It's giving me some trouble. And then this. And there I have a basket. I will have photos of this too. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Okay, the next video I saw and wanted to try my hand at making one was for a pom-pom bunny. So I'm going to make one of those. Actually, I'm having trouble finding the middle, and I guess it doesn't have to be perfect. That doesn't make sense. How can it work on one side and not on the other? I'm very challenged at that sort of thing. Anyway, okay, I'm just gonna do it. Smaller circle. This is the cap from my lip balm that is pretty well run out, used up, and I can't seem to find it anymore, and it's very good stuff. It's coenzyme Q10 Organica. This is really good lip balm, if you can find it. It used to be pretty easy to find, but not anymore. Okay, and for this one, I'm gonna use my lady's hammer here. It's just a tad smaller than my template smallest. Okay, it's off center, but what can you do? If you're me, that has to be good enough, because I am very challenged at that. And that's my squeaky chair, by the way, sorry. Okay, so now I'm just going to cut these out and... Oh my goodness, how silly can that be? There was a hole right there on my cardboard. Oh mama. And it's about that size. Oh my goodness. Oh, sometimes I think there just isn't any hope for me. Anyway. So I'm just gonna cut these circles out. I don't think you need to see me do that. Making these things for making the pom-poms with, I'm thinking if I were to use like the lid off of a yogurt container or something like that to make these, they might be stronger and last longer or something. It might be like if I wanted to make a lot of these kinds of things for a lot of different projects, that maybe it would pay me to do that. Maybe it would be a good idea. But anyway, for now I'll just do it this way. Now I don't... Oh, I didn't match that quite right. There we go. It's close enough. This is an old pizza box, by the way. So anyway, I looked at what I have for yarn, and I don't really have good bunny colors. I guess I have a black, and I like black a lot, but for a bunny, I don't know. So I think what I'm going to do is make a pink bunny. So I guess I'll just start wrapping. So I left a long strand, like she explains was a good idea to do. I guess I don't need to leave it on there. it's... I used to make pom-poms when I was little, but I was never good at it. I could never tie it strong enough, and when I came to do this part here, I often messed up and everything, so I think I did pretty good on my first one. Hopefully I'll do good enough to assemble this thing. I used to make cats. I even made like a whole scene of a cat once. For some reason my scissors don't want to cut. There we go. I don't know if I made this one thick enough, but it uses a lot of yarn, and I am getting close to running out. Okay, so this strand. Pull it as tight as possible. And see, this is, I don't know how to make it stay tight enough. See, when I was little and making these, they would get so loose that all the strands would come all out. It would just fall right apart. Now, did I just tie the cardboard right onto it? No, okay, good. Okay, let's get this tight. Let's try tying it again, see if it gets tighter. Because even this one is a bit loose. Okay, that'll do. Now, she was using a steel wool, but I don't have one of those. Steel wool brush. But like I just said, I don't have one of those. So what I'm using is just a comb that I bought at the dollar store, especially for crafting with or arting with. And while I was doing this to this one, oh, and it makes it so soft. I love that. A lot of it came out, so yeah. So, yeah, I'm just doing this and trying not to. Oh yeah, and I'm using I should be using the smaller bristles, whatever you call that, teeth. So anyway, I just do this a lot until I'm happy. So I think that I made the two main ones too big, too close to the same size. Like they're almost the same. Like they're just, I think I didn't do them contrasting size enough. But I really love the way it feels. It's so soft. I wonder if I have enough yarn left. I probably do. So that maybe I can make 2 bunnies. Okay, we'll see. Okay, so it is now Good Friday. I didn't manage to complete all my projects and things that I wanted to do yesterday. Oh, we'll see how far I get today. Not feeling so good, but I think I'll be okay. Now, oh my gosh. Okay, so this actually ended up being easier to assemble than I thought it was going to be, because me and needles and sewing and things, that doesn't usually work out too well. But isn't that adorable? It almost looks like one of those Angora, I think they're called, bunnies. You know, the bunnies with the long floppy ears and hair and stuff. Anyway, of course I still need to trim it and stuff, but I already think he's adorable. So I'm going to attach his tail. I ended up making myself another set of the things so that they would be smaller, so, I think it worked better for his head, because this one was way too close to the same size, so that it really wasn't enough difference. So if you're going to make one, make sure you make your pieces small, you know, contrast in size enough. And then the tail probably is a little bit too big, but I'll trim it and so it'll work out okay, I think. So yeah. Threading the needle is half the battle.
So,
yeah, for 3 pom-poms, this is how much stuff came out when I was fluffing it with the comb. So yeah, here I probably will end up making another one. I think I have enough yarn left.
it keeps
Bunching up. It keeps, it's like 3-ply or something, and it keeps pushing through one of them, and then the rest just bunches up and makes a mess. Okay, I finally got it on, and how will I do this one? Let's see, because it needs to be in a different place. Yeah, that'll work out, I think. Just be careful when you're doing this part, because it's easy to prick your fingers. And you want to leave your thread longer than I did. She even tells you, but I guess I didn't listen good enough, I guess. But I think that should hold good enough. Wow, okay, now I kind of made a mess here. Hopefully I can fix it. Hopefully that's on there strong enough. Going to put this on the needle so that I can easily spot it. Okay, so I think I kind of messed it up when I tried to put his tail on him. Now I just have a weird fluff thing. Okay, so where does tail go? Okay, there's his tail. Okay, I'm kind of scared to do this part, but I'm going to try to figure out the best angle. Okay, there we go. That's probably the better angle. And I'm going to try and trim him. I think the main trouble I'm having is that I pulled too tightly when I tried to put his tail on. And so now he's kind of bunched up. I'm saying he, but he's pink, so it's probably a girl, but anyway. Okay, well, the next part's gonna help define him some more, but... Oh! Maybe I had him upside down. Maybe that's part of the problem. I don't know. Looks more like a ladybug shape right now. But like I said, the next part will help define him. Anyway, I'll do some more touch-ups in a bit. He needs ears. Is that too big? No, that's just about right. This was just a box of mac and cheese. Okay, now I had thought that I was going to use this for the ears, but I think I want to stick with the same color. So... But I'm not telling you exactly what I'm doing because, you know, this was somebody else's tutorial. I don't want to... But I am kind of showing things. But if you want to make one, you should watch the videos that I have in the links here in the description. I think that's brilliant to use the yarn that way. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this bunny. Let's see. If you're hearing strange sounds, the furnace is going and my stomach is growling. I had to get up early this morning. Well, I didn't have to. Franklin did. Because he had to be at work. And so, yeah, I got up with him and so yeah, hungry again. Need second breakfast. Did I do that right? Yeah, I guess that'll do. Okay, I changed my mind about which fabric to use for the inner ear, and I made myself a paper guideline here so that I could make it the right size and make it a little easier on myself to do it. Now if I had pinned it or whatever, it probably would have been even easier, but there we go. That's better. Yeah, I like that better. Oh my gosh. I had the glue gun on all that time, I forgot. Okay. Well, it could be neater, but I do like that. There we go, that one worked better. Oh my gosh, he's so sweet. Okay, so if I can do this, you can do this, trust me. And oh my gosh, I really love him. He's so cute. Okay, maybe a little bit more to secure. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Oh my. Okay, now on to the next step. Okay, so I have beads for eyes and a nose. Haven't decided yet about the nose, but okay, I decided not to do the nose. So here's my bunny. I'm debating whether or not to tie this around him. Oh, okay, I think I'm gonna do it. This I can always remove if I change my mind, so it's not a big deal if I don't like it. Okay. See, if I added the nose, I don't think. Well, maybe I do. Nah, I think I prefer it without. Can't decide. Yeah, I'll leave it off. So there you go. So this was another project that I was going to do, and when I started this like probably a week ago or more, and at the time that I was making it, I thought it wasn't working, and so I kind of gave up on it. But now that it's drying and everything, or that it is dry, I see that it actually was working, and I could finish it up. But I don't know. I think I don't feel well enough today to have my hands all full of glue and stuff. So I think I'm not going to do this project after all. So this was going to be an Easter egg, and I was going to bust the balloon after making many layers of the yarn dipped in glue. The tutorial that I saw, she was using starch, but I didn't have the starch, so, and I'm pretty sure she was using a different type of string too, or whatever. I think I'm gonna scratch this for, at least for this time. Okay, the next video I watched was how to make a neat card. I don't have a bone folder, so I just use an old butter knife. Okay, she had used construction paper, but I am going to see what happens if I use book text. And I'm gonna make mine slightly different than hers. Okay, I kind of messed that up. I'm gonna try that again. Okay. I'm gonna do it with my pencil first. Okay, now I'm happy with it. There, that's what I've been trying to do. I'm going to cut several of them and then do the black lines, and I'll be back. I had a different plan for this originally. That's going to take too long to do it that way, so I won't do it that way this time. For now, I'm going to color each of these with Sharpies. That one's a little bit messed up. I did the petals incorrectly, so I may not use it. So a tip when coloring something in, if you kind of go in the direction of the shape, it looks better. It makes it more, it gives it more dimension and stuff. Like even like with a Sharpie, you wouldn't think you would see, but you do see the strokes, and so it makes a difference if you the shape and or the direction, like it's going up. And I'm loving this red. I was going to make different colors, but I might end up making all of them red, but we'll see. I might make a pink one and a yellow one. Haven't decided yet. Wow, it takes longer than I expected it to color those in. Okay, now I'm going to... it turns out that I'm going to do it closer to what I originally thought I was going to do. After all, just because looking at them, I like them, but they seem flat. They just seem flat, so I'm going to fix them up a little bit. So what I'm going to do, tulips have a white part at the base, or most of them do, and I like that. So I'm going to add the white like that to them, and I'm also going to kind of use, these are my Prismacolor pencils, and I'm going to try to add a bit of shading and interest. And blend a little bit where the white was. Just to make it look a little more dimensional or something. There. Okay, I'm happier. See? I should have done it with the red to show you, but see the difference? So I'm going to do this to all of them. And I have like 11 of them all together. And so yeah. Okay, now I need some stems and leaves, and I think it'll be easier on me if I just color a few pages of the book text with this big Sharpie and then do the black parts. I'm not sure how many of these I'll need, so I'll just do 3. And the coverage isn't really important because it kind of adds extra variation and stuff to the color. That should be good. Maybe add a bit more color to the bits that kind of got missed. And I can always adjust after too. Okay, and then cut that out. Sharpies have a very strong, unpleasant smell. I'm going to make a little... I need to be able to see it. Tulips have a little green thingy. I don't know what to call them. So anyway, I'm going to make one of those for each tulip, and I'm going to make a little thing to help me glue it onto it. Like that. And I'm going to do similar to the coloring of the flower itself to the green, but I'm going to only do them as I need them because I don't know how many I need. So okay, so I made one for each, And now I'm just going to basically tape them in place. I figure taping them is easier than gluing. So when I'm done, they should all look like that. Okay, so now with this set of 4, I'm going to fold them in half and glue them to each other. And trim off bits that don't look quite right. Oh, gee whiz, I may not be able to do it. Actually, yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, and we're going to reinforce the black edges. Okay, now I think a blue background would look better, but I don't think I have any blue cardstock left. No, I don't. Okay, so now again, this is somebody else's tutorial, so I shouldn't be really specific about what I'm doing exactly. But, I mean, you know, you can watch me. And if you're interested in making one of your own, you can go watch her video, because I'll have a link. Oh, whoops. I forgot to add her thing first. Would have been easier on me if I had done it first, but that should do the trick. I put it just to the side of the seam of the fold. Okay, that should still be able to fold well. Yeah. Put some more glue there though, because it lifted it up. Good. Okay, now it's just a matter of placing my tulips wherever I want them. And I like the rule of uneven numbers. It just makes things look nicer. I decided that I want to pop dot this one, so make the book text strong enough, I'm going to glue it to the mac and cheese box, and that'll make it stronger so that I can actually pop dot it. And then I'll reinforce the black around again because I just trimmed some of it off. I want it to be nice and firm, so I'm going to put 3 of them. And I guess technically these are not dots, they're rectangles or whatever's. But anyway. Point is, I want it to pop it up. Okay, so all that's left to do with this card now is to add a sentiment inside. Now this doesn't seem to want to do its thing too well. It's supposed to pop up and stay. But anyway, I think it's pretty just the same. A sentiment and maybe do a border, but I don't think, well, actually, I think I'm going to round the corners. I like doing that. Maybe I'll leave, yeah, I'll leave this corner because of that there. So I'll leave it like that. It's a way to like ink the edges a little bit and write something here and maybe in here, and then do my So there was one other thing I wanted to do, but I'm running out of time and stuff, so I think I'm gonna leave it at that for now.